Hey, what is going on, everybody? Boilon here, back for another video on Marvel Strike Force today on Friday morning. Now, in today's video, we are going to be talking about the Danger Room a little bit that's upcoming next week. We do have some data mines of what I think is all of the existing mods and Danger Room buffs, you know, those things that you spend the tokens on in the beginning. There might be some that are a little bit missing. I'll admit it's a bit hard to differentiate in the code. Some of the ones that were from last time that might still exist for the second run, but there's a lot of these new ones for the second run, and a lot that are over half, which are basically calling out the Accursed team. And it seems more and more that obviously they're trying to shove this team down our throats. And I am still going to hold the line, and I am not going to be upgrading them. First of all, we don't know what the rewards for Danger Room is going to be yet. Is it going to be worth, for those of us who don't really want to do it, is it going to be worth us using them to do this, or can we struggle bus our way through using Vigilantes or Thunderbolts, which we already have built for the raids? We're going to talk about that and more in today's video, so if you're ready to go, well, let's boil this down. Now, speaking of the Accursed, I do want to kind of mention this. Now, this to me seems like a Scopely fuck up, and the reason why I say that is because the amount of gold that you're getting per dollar is like 4 times more than they've ever done before. Usually the same offer is $40. Now, this, I'm not advocating for spending it all. I'm just mainly pointing this out, if other people want to take part, or if they have the hood unlocked and didn't notice this, or if they want to use cores to unlock the hood and then get this offer available as well. So this is only available if you have him unlocked, and then you get this gold galore offer, and this is worth $10 US or 100 ultra cores for 36 million gold and 12 gold orbs, which is quite a lot. This is pretty much like 40 million gold here, which is quite substantial. So if you're someone that's short on gold and you can only buy twice, but it is a lot. So if you're someone who likes to light spend, but maybe cores characters, there you go. I'm just giving you the option and letting you know about this, because I would normally not bring this kind of stuff up, but it's like 4x the value, and I don't think that I'm not sure if they intended to do it. I'm thinking not, because it's just way outside the norm. Unless this is their new pricing, but I just don't think it is. Also, there is a free, I forgot to mention this yesterday, you can find it in the chain offer section here, that there was like a number 1, it was like a free claim for like 2 gold orbs, I think. So check that out if you're so interested. Now, I didn't really go over the Danger Room blog, and I'm not really going to go over this entire thing here either. The main thing to point out is that when we do it next week, you're now going to get danger tokens, which are the things to buff the the initial buffs and stuff like that. You're going to get it from both the standard combat missions and the elite combat missions, but you're going to get more from the elite missions. So when you're grinding your way up the Danger Room, that's going to be a thing. Now, what I think I'm going to be doing next week when the Danger Room comes back is that I'm going to be running with Vigilantes or Thunderbolts. I am not running Accursed. I'm not leveling them up, really. Even if the rewards are good, I'm still going to hold by my guns and not use them. Now, maybe I'll try using the rental tokens. But the rental token characters tend to be like half the power of what a typical 105 character would be. So I don't know if this would even be possible. Maybe you could clear it with Accursed characters, rental tokens. It would be interesting to find out, I suppose, whether or not that's possible. But as far as using my own characters, I'm going to try and struggle my way through using Vigilantes and Thunderbolts. That way I don't have to spend the gold to do that. Now, if you are on the fence about this, there is no gold spending milestone right now, so you can, in fact, wait until this goes live, which I believe was, when was it again? On Tuesday, right? Or something like this? June the 18th. When's that? In 5 days? Wednesday. Next Wednesday, right? So it's going to be a little bit of time anyways to decide whether or not you want to do that or not. My Accursed is not looking so hot. There is no free-to-play for Helverine, and in fact, he's not even actually in the Intel store anyways, if I wanted to do it, so he's not in there yet. Maybe he will be next week. Who knows? We'll find out when the blog goes live later on today. Blogs go live super late for me, and I also wanted to do a little bit of a quick update that I may be a little bit busy over the next few days, a little while. My parents are actually flying into Germany tomorrow. In fact, with my dog Loki. Some of you guys might know my dog Loki, and so we're gonna be reunited tomorrow and this weekend. And so things might be a little bit busy. I hope to still get videos out, but it's gonna be a bit cramped in my apartment with my parents, my dog, and just getting settled and things like that. So if you think that like Boilon has not died, if it's 2 days without a video, but I hope to still put these out when I can. Anyways, let's get back to Accursed and the Danger Room, because both there's a lot of new mods for these characters, including mods for Satana, which then indicates that Satana will be available for the duration of the Danger Room. Now, I don't remember, was it like 2 weeks for the last one? So that does make sense. I forgot how long the first one actually lasted. I think it was about 2 weeks. So this does make sense since the hood came out yesterday. Available paid, obviously. Helverine is not available free to play. Maybe he might be next week, but I didn't see anything in the data mines that indicated as such. I didn't see anything for a Harbinger week 7. In fact, it's all related to Omega Red Phoenix Force and not Helverine. So maybe it'll be the week after where we get Helverine free to play, which Danger Room will still be going on, but my guess is they will not all be available free to play before the Danger Room goes away. So do keep that in mind, which is another reason why I don't want to invest in this team right now when I don't have them available free to play. I might as well save my gold for a rainy day or something later on. I'm not, because you can't really use the team without the full 5. I think it just doesn't function very well. Maybe it might with the new Danger Room mods, with the kind of new stuff going on with the characters like Ghost Rider and crap. We're going to talk about this though, so let's just dive right into the data mines. Let's switch over to the data mine scene here. So again, where are we at? Actually, a few things up here. So coming soon, Red Phoenix, unlock Omega Red Phoenix Force. So there's just a more indication about an inbox message relating to this and how it's going to play out. And basically, you unlock this at Commander level 45. So if there's any new players watching these videos, then yes, you will have this available at 45. And with the story mode, you will get them unlocked. And then while bonus requires Omega Red Phoenix Force at increasing yellow stars as you play through it, and you're using as part of the Phoenix Force team, blah, blah, blah. So it's like, I mentioned this in previous data mines. They're really ramping this up, and I think this will be coming out next week. It's got to be, right? Because we talked about week 7, I think, of Harbinger week 7, which is related to Omega Red Phoenix Force anyways. So Pride Gem is going to be in a free claim. It's probably going to be today, later on in the Friday free claim. That is my guess, because there was indication, there was comments by Pathfinder on Reddit and blah, 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 that this is probably today. There's going to be some new frames for Juneteenth, right? That's an American holiday. I think that's going to be next week, probably, right? That makes sense. I don't know the exact, I'll admit, I do not know the exact date. I'm not American, but there you go. That's coming. There's going to be a new frame for that. And these are the Danger Room mods. Now, before we get into the Danger Room mods, one thing that I want to say is that some of these are the Danger Room token mods that you put on at the start of a run. And some of these are the upgrades that you get after clearing one of those combat missions. So usually you can tell which one's which, because like the ones that are related to, Crucible mode buffs, character specific team buffs, things like that, will be beforehand. And then some of the character specific, like singular character specific buffs, those are probably inside the run. We'll talk about this. So demonic transformation. When the hood kills an enemy, he permanently gains plus 10% damage for the rest of the run. This is probably inside the inside of Danger Room. The question is, does this stack every single time he kills an enemy? Because this would be absolutely insane. And this is just a start of like basically the accursed FOMO that Scopely is running to try to convince you that you should build this team for this run. Soulfire. For each accursed ally, enemies lose 4% health at the start of the turn, right? So if you have a full accursed team, the enemies are losing 20% health at the start of their turn. That's quite a lot, right? Like, especially if it's like big bad enemies like I don't know, Odin or something like this, right? 20% health is a lot. This is probably also in game. Give him hell. On spawn, fill speed bar for accursed allies by 6% per ally. On enemy turn, if they are exposed, apply stun and defense down. That is pretty crazy. So if they have exposed, basically on their turn immediately, they're going to be stunned. They're going to be stun locked for the entire match. That's pretty insane. So if you have a full accursed team, then they're going to be 30%, right? They're going to get 30% on spawn. That's crazy. Probably this one, I'm not sure. This one could be very much like a mod that you apply beforehand. Seeing red on attack if primary target has exposed, accursed allies gain 10% speed bar and 1 ability. So like these in combo is just going to be absolutely insane, right? I forget who has exposed on the team. Is it Helverine? Honestly, I haven't paid too much attention to their kit because I just really don't care. But there you go. It's going to be more stuff for this. Deal with the devil on start. Accursed gains 6 death proof, 6 counter, and 6 offense up, and enemies cannot gain empowered. So this sounds pretty nuts. This could be, who knows, right? Like it's just, it is crazy. I think anything that deals with the team very much could be a mod before you go into the battle. Like, sorry, before you go in and start your run. Moment to Bagra Ghoul. On kill, accursed allies gain speed up and offense up. Soul Food. Each time an enemy is brought below 25% health, Satana gains 3 ultimate ability energy for each ally. So that's like an instant, that's an instant ultimate, right? That's crazy. This is probably inside of Danger Room. Crucible. Crucible bonuses that are active. Now, one thing that I do want to point out is that as far as I'm aware, there is no raid bonuses or active mod. So that is going to make using Vigilantes and Thunderbolts quite a lot tougher, which is why they're pushing so much of this Accursed stuff on us. So do keep that in mind, that Vigilantes still might be able to struggle their way through, but they're not going to have the raid bonuses active. More Thunderbolts. So basically, Red Guardian and Yelena are going to have the Thunderbolts trait that was mentioned on the blog post, and they get a substantial stat increase. Blade, Elsa, and Ghost Rider gain the Accursed trait, and Blade does not get substantial stat increases. It is just those two. Accursed Energy. Accursed allies gain 1 energy on kill. Okay, so that's going to be pretty good, and you know, it could be a pre-run kind of buff there. Brutal Punishment. On attack, if primary target has exposed, bonus attack primary target. So again, this is probably also related to Accursed because I don't think exposed is on the other two teams. Ghostly Mirage. This one is huge. On start, if Ghost Rider is an ally, clone each ally. Each clone gains taunt, does not count as summoned after a character takes a turn, and gains 15% speed bar. So if you use Ghost Rider as an extra character for the Accursed team, like not using Mordo, for example, he's going to clone all of the other existing members of your... Actually, you know what? It doesn't even say that they're Accursed allies. I mean, but if you're running an Accursed team, right, you're going to have duplicates of all of your Accursed characters. It's going to be absolutely insane. This is kind of like the Hitmonkey one that they ran for the Vigilantes. So this one could be pretty crazy. Blood Gem. On start, if Elsa Bloodstone is an ally, that character and allies gain revive once and speed up. This could be good as well. Inspiring Leader. On start, if Yelena is an ally, that character and allies gain speed up and offense up at the start of the match, and then allies gain the skill military trait. So I guess that's kind of to go in line with both Red Guardian and Yelena being skill military and how they have some synergy with their skills with that. So that's probably the intention there. Whether or not that's any good, though, with Thunderbolts, I have no idea. Energizing Strike. On kill, generate 1 ability energy for self and adjacent allies. This still could be good for Vigilantes. There's a lot of just like non-Accursed kind of buffs here that you can use. Rallying Blow. On kill, allies gain offense up. Execute. On kill, adjacent enemies gain trauma. Daredevil's Boon. Allies gain 100% accuracy. Now, I guess if you're going to get blinded in the run, I don't know, or maybe there's a Spider Weaver. Maybe this might help. Emma Frost's Boon. Apply minus 10% speed to all enemies. Black Panther's Boon. On kill, fill speed bar. Now, this is insane. Fill speed bar by 100%. All of these boons, I'm pretty sure, are in the actual run, because I do remember ones being called like the Mysterio's Boon and things like this. Those were the actual mods from winning the combat missions as well. So that's kind of what I expect there. And then Kang's Boon. On spawn, fill speed bar by 5% for allies. Apply speed up for 2 turns to all allies. So pretty good there. So these are just some of the... this is most, I'm pretty sure. Again, unless they pull some of the ones from the first run, you can see that a whole slew of these are like specifically related, you know, to some extent to the Accursed, like all of these. There's so many more Accursed related buffs than previously. So I think it's pretty wild. They're obviously double downing on you wanting to use the Accursed team for the Danger Room. I am still holding the line. I am not going to be spending intel to unlock them. I am not going to be coring for them. And so that's just my plans for this team. It is a Cosmic Crucible team, so if that is a game mode that interests you a lot and you're already power coring for them, then you're probably going to have an easier time with Danger Room. But I'll admit, I just want to play the game kind of my way to some extent, and I don't want Scopely to be forcing stuff down my throat that I don't want to do. But that's just me. You know, what you guys do is entirely dependent on you. I'm going to try and see whether or not I can clear this by using Vigilantes. I still think Vigilantes are a very good team, right? Even without the buffs, they might still be able to make it through. And this is what my Vigilante team looks like, right? I talked about this in a previous video. I'm using them for the Xavier Saga, and they're probably the best chance I'm going to have to be able to clear it. But we'll see whether or not that is possible or not come next week for the Danger Room. And I think that's what I'm going to be recording my perspective of for the Danger Room as well. For those of you who don't want to build Accursed, or if you don't have them, right, or you can't do it, then it might be good to see what the expectations for Danger Room is by using the Vigilantes team when it goes live next week. That's it for now. There's going to be some videos over the weekend, probably based on some of the stuff that we hear in the blog, if it's necessary, if it's not something that I haven't already spoke about this week because of the data mines and whatnot. Otherwise, I will see you guys on the next video, and have a great start of your weekend. I was going to say rest of the weekend. No, it's the start of the weekend. I'll see you guys later. And if you like this video, make sure you hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, and you'll be greatly helping out the channel. Have a great day, and I'll see you guys on the next one.